Hello. So, I'm gonna, sorry. I'm gonna do it differently today, this week, should I say. I'm gonna start with a standing one. We did a kneeling warm up yesterday, and so I'm gonna do a standing a standing pose, and we're gonna do Warrior 2. This is my ultimate go-to pose. This is the one that when I had a bad time years ago when I first got into yoga, this is the pose I used to get into, and I used to hold it like for 15 minutes sometimes on either side. Now, when I was diagnosed with cancer and after my surgery, I found this almost impossible to hold my arms. I couldn't bring my arms out because your arms are going to be here, but you're going to be turning, so that arm has got to be drawn back. So if you are not good with lifting your arms, you can place the hands on the shoulders. If that makes it a little bit easier, you can even do this with your hands on the waist. You've probably got one arm that's okay, so you can use one arm and just put the other one behind you. You don't have to use it. So, sorry my mat is so far away. I've still yet to figure out how to do this, where I'm closer to the camera without this whole palaver. I might have to set it up in a different way. But anyway, Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana. So you're going to come into standing onto your mat. Oh gosh, feet killing me. So you want to bring your feet so they are about, some people say 3 foot, I usually say the length of your own leg. So try and get about the length of your own leg. Put your hands on your waist to start off with, lengthen through towards the top of the head. Now you're going to turn your right toes out to face the end of the mat. So right toes are facing forwards, left toes are still facing to the side of the mat, but slide the heel back a little bit. Move the cushion so you can see my foot. Slide the heel back a little bit so you can see that the heel is closer to the back of the mat than the toes are. From here, you're going to bend into the front foot. That might be it for you. You've got to make sure you keep lots of power in the back leg. So just check you've engaged the muscles down this back leg. Begin to bend into this front knee. So people who do this really dynamically can get this thigh parallel to the floor. You don't have to do that. Do what's right. But make sure that the knee never goes past the ankle. The knee needs to be over the heel. And adjust the foot to make sure you can still see your big toe. If you started bending into this back knee, it needs to be long. This back leg needs to be long. So your chest is actually open and facing the side of your mat, and you're lengthening. Don't lean in this. Don't lean in. Some people feel like they need to lean into the pose. Keep the top of your head over the base of your spine. When you're ready, you're going to extend the arms out. So the palms are facing down. The left arm is over the left leg, and the right arm is over the right leg. My knee just dropped in a bit, so I'm just adjusting so I can still see my big toe. And you roll shoulders away from the ears. And you draw the gaze towards the middle finger of the front hand. Now this is a really strong grounding pose. And you want to make sure that you don't lean. I see people do this, lean forwards. Keep the top of your head over the base of your spine. If the back arm or if the front arm is too much, put the hands instead onto the waist. Keep the legs grounded and rooted. You don't want all of the weight coming into the front foot or into the back foot. You want to feel completely grounded and rooted in both feet. Virabhadrasana, warrior pose. And you're going to bring the hands back onto the waist and you're going to straighten back in. And I usually just give my legs a little bit of a shake from side to side. So turn so toes are facing the side of the mat again. This time left foot is going to go to point towards the end of your mat. Back heel, slide it back a little bit so the back heel is a bit closer to the back of the mat. Cushion's in the way again. Yeah, not so bright. Back heel closer to the end of the mat than the toes are. Chest facing the side of the mat, begin to bend into that knee. Make sure you can see the inside of the ankle and the big toe, really important. So draw that knee, make sure that knee doesn't go past the ankle. Keep facing the side of your mat. And when you're ready, arms come out. Roll shoulders away from the ears, lengthen through towards the top of the head, and then turn the gaze towards the front hand, the middle finger of the front hand. Your drishti point, your focal point is there. And taking deep, strong breaths, you're grounding the legs and the feet so you feel very, very powerful. Warrior 2, one day I'll do this with a story, warrior is a warrior from Indian stories, Viratra, and he was very powerful. He was created by Shiva from a lock of Shiva's hair. So if you do this on a daily basis, you will get strong legs, strong arms. Remember, if the arms tire, put them down, it's fine. And shoulders remain away from the ears, and the length right way through towards the top of the head. And again, you're going to bring hands back onto the waist, ease those legs, and into the hips. And then gently heel toe the feet back together. Give the legs a bit of a shake if that is what they need. So, that one, Virabdra. That was quite a quick one, wasn't it? And the reason I'm doing Warrior, and then tomorrow we're going to do Lord Krishna. And the reason that I'm starting with standing and then going down to supine is because I actually want to do a chakra lesson. So not on the individual poses. In the lesson itself, I'll do on Sunday. We're going to be doing some chakras and doing some energy healing. So, hope that was okay. Bye bye.